right. Hello, everybody. While I am not here today, you all are going to be finishing these awesome fish that you started. I guess I should turn this one around so you can see it. So last time you were here, you painted two papers. One paper you painted with cool colors, and one paper you painted with warm, hot, fiery colors. So I'll let you think for a minute about which one of these two papers is icy and cold, has cold, wintry colors, and which one of these papers has warm, fiery colors. I hope you're thinking that this one is the fire colors, because if you look at a fire, there's a lot of oranges and reds and yellows. And then the blue, mostly blue and purple and green, those are cool colors. Well, today you are going to take your papers and you're going to be cutting them to make a fish, like the fish in our story, the Only One You story. So I'm going to show you how to make a fish. Oops, I should go, sorry. A fish like this. Alright, so to do this, the first thing you're going to do when you get back to your table with your papers is this. I'm going to set this aside. You are going to be needing scissors today, glue sticks, and markers. And what you're going to do is decide which one of your cool or warm papers that you would like to be the body and which one you would like to be the head. On this one, I chose the warm colors for the body and the cold colors for the face. I'm going to do the opposite on this one so you can see what they both look like. Alright, so I'm going to make this one into the body. So, flip your paper over. This other oval that you're going to get at your table, there's only one at each table, so you will need to share with your neighbors. With your oval, when it's your turn, you're going to lie it down on the back of your paper. And you're going to take a marker, it doesn't matter which color, and you are going to trace the oval. That will become the body of your fish. So to trace, you want to put your paper, or excuse me, your marker on the paper you painted, on the back of it. So that when you lift it up, you can see I'm making a mark on this paper, not on the tracer. If you draw on this, it's okay. It's not a big deal. And if you move it like I just did, you can find the place that you were tracing and just put it back like a puzzle piece. So you're going to trace all the way around it. I like to use one hand to keep it steady and the other hand to do my tracing. I hope you can see this line. Alright, don't forget when you're done with the markers, please put the cap back on before you put them away. Alright, now I'm done with this, so I could pass it to my neighbors because maybe they need to trace still. And you could see I've made a little oval around my paper. Well, actually this was Robert's, but he wasn't here, so I'm working on his. Next, you can cut it out. Again, I'm just looking at the white side, even though eventually I'll flip it over. Alright, so I'm going all the way around. Alright, and this scraps, I'll probably keep them. I think they're really pretty and I can make them into other art. So just put them in a pile in the middle of your table. Alright. There is my body. Pretty cool, huh? So that's what I used to draw on, but this is the way it looks. Alright, so next, this other tracer paper that you're going to get is for the head shape. So, same type of thing. I want to flip my other paper over, put this tracer down. I know it's white on white, so it's hard to see. And I'm going to trace it. I like to trace not in the middle of my paper. I like to go towards the edge because that way I have lots of other space that I could use this paper for something else, which we are. We're going to use it for fins. So let me go ahead and trace this shape. That will become the head. The head's going to be a different color than the body. Again, you can use the warm or cool colors for either. It's up to you. All right, I've traced it. Not on here. You never need to cut the tracers. Those are just for your table to use. And that's the shape I want to cut. So take my scissors, and again, I like to cut away from me, turning my paper. I think that's the easiest way to cut. And I can cut pretty fast, but you have plenty of time. Okay. Ta-da! All right. Now it's time to glue this onto my body. So I need to think about where my head should go. Right there? No. Right there? No. Right there? Getting closer, but I think I can fit it better. And actually, this shape should fit in there like a puzzle piece. How about right there? Yeah. All right, let me go ahead and glue it down. Remember, the easiest way to glue is to trace the edges and then put a big old X in the middle. And then when you place it down, don't forget to count to 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ta-da! All right, so my fish is needing some things though. It's not done. I need to put some stuff on this. So in addition to these, I'm going to give you a heart. Isn't that nice? But we're not going to use this as a little heart. Ding, 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 ding. We are going to use it as fish lips. So turn the heart, and I guess it's hard to see it on my orange one, so I'll show you on this side so you can see it over. You want to make sure that your lips are facing the edge of the body, not the inside like this. That'd be reverse lips. That's not what we're going for here. So when I glue mine down, you're barely going to be able to see it on mine. I know on my picture, but I can see it in person. So again, put some glue on the back of your lips. And glue them onto your fish head, like this one. I can even use a marker to go back and draw that line that divides the two lips to make it, instead of one heart, I can make it look like two lips by drawing a line from the middle of the heart. There you go. So maybe, can you see it a little bit better? Probably not. Ugh. Can you see it now? There you go. That's what I did. Okay. Next, oh. There's only one other thing we're going to add to the face, and that would be an eye. So think for a minute about how many eyes we really have, but how many eyes you see when something is turned to the side. Maybe you can demonstrate with each other. So I know that, like myself, a fish has two eyes, but we're not looking at the fish in the front. We're looking at the side of the fish. And when you look at the side of a fish or any animal, you only see one eye. The other eye would be on the other side. So a good piece of advice that I like to tell all of my students is draw what you see, not what you know. You see that there'd only be one eye when you look at something on the side, even if you know they really have two. So for your eyes, you're going to be pretty lucky about this. I've got all these really cool eyes that were printed out. They were for Disney. They were Shrek and Fiona eyes from the movie Shrek. And the teachers will come around, and you'll be able to choose if you want a brown eye or a blue eye. And then you'll be just getting one, and then you could place it where you think it looks the best on the face. There you go. All right, so this fish is still missing something. The fish in the books that you're reading do not have tails, and I don't think they have fins either, but we're going to put a tail and a fin. So using that big old leftover piece of paper that I have, and I have a lot left over because I traced the head down at the bottom, I'm going to make a fin and a tail. And the way I'm going to do that is flip it over again, and I'm going to make two triangles. Not tiny triangles, big triangles. A triangle has 3 sides. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. They're pretty big. And let me go ahead and cut those out really quickly, and then I'm going to show you how to place them on, because there's a couple good pieces of advice I have for you. All right. There's one. That could be the tail or fin. It doesn't matter. I have 2 triangles. They're about the same. I took my time. If I didn't like those triangles I drew, I could just draw another one on the back. You can't erase it because it's marker, but I can just draw another one. Put that back in the middle of the table. All right, so to put the fin on, instead of just having a triangle, that's fine, but if you want to get really fancy, you can leave it like this. But if you want to get really fancy, I have 1 point facing the head, but I'm going to cut that off. Boop. And that's what I'm going to use for my fin. So flip it over, put the glue on, and ta-da. So 1 point should have been facing the head, but I cut it off. I'm going to do something a little bit similar with the tail. I'm going to have 1 point facing the head, and instead of cutting that point off, that's where I'm going to put glue. Ding, 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 ding. All right, I put glue right on that tip, and the only place it can stick, because I put it on the colored part, is underneath my fish. And make sure you hold it and you count to 10. And after that, there's only one other thing you need to do, and that would be to flip it over and write your name. Robert's name is already on it, so I'm going to leave it. He can have this one, but we did it together. All right, so there is your finished fish. If you have any questions, please let your teachers know. All right.